What's going on, everybody? It's AG here. It's time to start previewing next week's biggest games. Starting off here, Ohio State and Penn State. This is a huge game for both these teams going forward, especially when it comes to Big Ten championship implications. So right now, Penn State undefeated, 7-0, 4-0 in the conference. Ohio State 6-1, 3-1 in the conference, both coming off wins over solid teams in the Big Ten. But first off, let's talk about the money line, then we'll get in the game. Looks like Ohio State is favored by 3.5 right now with the spread. Matchup predictor has Ohio State at 61%. First off, let's talk about the Buckeyes. So, again, their only loss this year, 1-point loss to Oregon. Not a bad loss whatsoever. Let's go ahead and look at their entire schedule. But they don't only have an impressive win necessarily. I'd say probably their best win so far is over Iowa or Nebraska. But they really struggled this week against Nebraska. And they're going to have to get some things figured out, I think, if they want to win going forward. Because not only do you got Penn State, you got Indiana, which is undefeated. You got Michigan, which is always a tough game. Ohio State's going to have to get some stuff figured out if they want to keep on rolling into the playoff. And then as for Penn State, all right, coming off a win over Wisconsin, 28-13. Most impressive wins of the year so far. You've got West Virginia. That's a pretty good win. Illinois, that looks like a solid one as well. Illinois is a top 25 team. USC, solid team. And Wisconsin as well, solid team. So the real question for Penn State is Drew Allar went out against Wisconsin. And so his health is kind of going to really impact this game. Now, being in Happy Valley, it's going to definitely benefit Penn State. Going to be tough for Ohio State. Penn State's defense is one of the top 5 team defenses in the country, I think, and they really get after it. Ohio State hasn't looked quite up to par as of late. In particular, this last week against Nebraska, they just struggled, and that's coming off a week where Indiana just beat the crap out of Nebraska. So it really makes me question where Ohio State is at. Now, Penn State, though, again, they haven't just beat the best team in the country, but Illinois is a good win. Wisconsin, USC are good wins. West Virginia is a good win. So I think they have better wins than Ohio State. But if history is to tell you anything of these last few years, Ohio State usually wins this game. But with this year, with how these teams have been playing these past couple weeks, now Ohio State did have a close loss to Oregon, so I'm not going to fault them there to a 1-point loss to the number 1 team in the country. That's not bad. But if they play like they did this last week, Penn State's going to win this game. Ohio State's got to play better than they did against Nebraska. But I think this game's going to come down to the health of Drew Allar. If he is healthy, as of right now, I think Penn State wins this game. And I don't know if he's going to play or not. Didn't play in the second half. They said lower extremity injury. So something to do with, leg, something like that, knee, ankle, I don't know. But his health benefits this team going forward because if he is out, I think Ohio State wins this one. But if Drew Allar plays, I think Penn State's going to win this game. But I would assume he's going to play this game, so I hate to say it, but as of right now, I think Penn State wins this game, and that's coming from an Ohio State fan. But they haven't impressed me this last week. So I don't want to read too much into last week's game, but I think Penn State's a better team. They've got multiple running backs that can come at you. Ohio State does too, but I think Penn State's just playing at a higher level right now. So I'm going to go with Penn State. But who do you think wins this game? Let me know down in the comment section. Subscribe for more.